Yes, the discussions will continue, elections will continue to go around, but today is that special day that we usually wait for. In fact, the day of St. Valentine is one of the most celebrated events in a year. And it's the day today. We want to look at what's the essence of the day, what's Valentine, what are we supposed to celebrate on a day like this? And I have joining us in the studio, Monsignor Jerome Madeke, Director of Family and Human Rights Unit, Catholic Diocese of Oka. He'll be telling us more of the Valentine's Day, the celebration, and providing the real substance for the celebration. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
And we also have Mr. Treasure Timidare. He is the Sales and Marketing Manager, Golden Tulip Hotel, Agro Lake. Maybe he'll be providing the soft angle, the celebration part of the Valentine. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
He's in the colors of the celebration. And IJ is still here.
Yes, I am, and I will welcome you, I guess.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Father, let's begin with you. Tell us, what's St. Valentine's Day?
Yes, Valentine's Day, as you said, is one of the most popular feasts we have today. It began in the 5th century. It's about a Roman priest who later became a saint because he was martyred. He lived under Claudius, Emperor II. And the story of Valentine was that this emperor forbade the soldiers from romance, from marriage. He felt that romance made bad soldiers. So the regimentation in the force. So he wanted soldiers to be really up and doing in battle. So he forbade marriage and love. St. Valentine saw this as unfair and wanted to uphold human dignity, human right, and freedom. So what happened was that there was a couple who was a soldier who had a lover and wanted to be married. So Valentine, therefore, took this couple secretly to marry them. He was found doing this, and so he was sentenced to death. He was thrown into prison, and then in prison, Valentine saw a jealous daughter who was blind, lonely, and poor, and was drawn to compassion towards her. So a certain relationship began that made the jealous daughter fond of Valentine. So Valentine provided the care that the daughter needed. It was time to kill Valentine. So Valentine had to write a love letter, and at the end said, "From your Valentine." So gave this letter to be delivered to the girl. So from this, therefore, began this whole thing about Valentine's Day. It's about this saint and the heroic way he loved, especially those who cannot return the love he gave.
That's a different angle to what we used to hear. Okay, the jealous daughter, the Valentine is supposed to be a priest. Is it?
Yes, it's a priest. It's a priest.
Is it allowed for a priest to fall in love with her?
To fall in love. Definitely, that's what Jesus Christ did.
With a woman.
Yes, because the
Jesus
argument has
Christ
been...
was drawn to women. He was drawn to Mary Magdalene. He was drawn also to the Samaritan woman. So love is boundless. The love that, especially the redeemed love, agape, that Valentine really practiced, not lost.
Okay, not lost. We'll now go to the street. Let's see or hear what people will have to say about their thinking. The Reverend Father has provided the historical and maybe the real aspect of what love should be. Let's go to the street and see if the understanding we have at the streets is still the same with what the Father has said.
It's not a time of love to show the person as in what you feel for her or him. That is actually love, in fact.
Actually, what I understand by Valentine is it's a particular period where we express our love for our loved ones, people, the less privileged and others. Valentine is not just a period for expressing romantic feelings. It's also a period where we kind of show what we have inside of. It's the time where we have to give out.
Well, once you hear about Valentine, we know it's all about love. You share love, you visit the orphanage, you stay with your loved ones. People that are very far, you call them, you write to them, just about sharing gifts, that's all.
Valentine should be a day you make sacrifices, a day you reach out to the less privileged, not a day a man and the girlfriend will go and look for a hotel to stay and mess around. That's not what Valentine is all about. And if you know who is the Valentine, he's a Reverend Father, and with what people are doing now, they're not representing the Saint Valentine. So it should be a day that you sober reflection, visit the needy, help the less privileged.
I think Valentine's Day is a day to show love to the less privileged, to people around you, family and friends.
Yes, most of the people we have on the streets are agreeing with the Reverend Father that the celebration should not just be a romantic expression for maybe a particular person or loved one. I'll now take Dare now and ask him: you have a hotel, and most people might be using your facilities for for romantic expressions. Do you have provisions for other expressions of love that is not the traditional belief of Valentine?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reverend Father, for that very distinct definition and history about St. Valentine's Day celebration. Yesterday, I was on a program on your radio station. I was talking about love. And I try to explain to people that there's a difference between love and lust. What we practice, since I was born about Valentine, it's not love, it's lust. It's a mentality that must be corrected. And I'm happy that, Reverend Father, I wish we can have a whole, probably 30 to 1 hour to talk about this, on a separate day, maybe not today, to let people know and understand this thing we're talking about. Now, for us in the hotel industry, for us in the hospitality industry, we don't know what you come here to do. We're not interested in that. Ours is provide you services, provide you an opportunity to express your love in whatever way you want to express your love. Now, we've packaged a program. You understand? Every year we'll do that. Now, you can come, set aside, today. I was saying this morning when I was driving down here this morning, I was talking to one of my staff, and I was like telling her, I said, look, I hope you don't have an understanding that this is what you just do on Valentine's Day. I hope that's not what you're thinking about. She said, yes, that people need to be reoriented. So for the hotel industry, we provide you an atmosphere to renew your love. Renew your love. You can come with your husband. You can come with your whatever fiancé, and then come and talk about your relationship. Renew in a cool atmosphere, in a separate way, not in the hustle bustling, in the nature of our city. So that's what we are trying to do.
And I would like to find out from you, is it only on Valentine's Day that you renew your love?
Oh, no.
Express your love to your loved ones?
No.
So, but you organize this only on Valentine's Day? Do you do
we
it
don't.
any other time during the year?
No. We have programs. We have weekend packages. We just get away from home, where you can just come with your family, where you can come with your, there are couples who have come there to talk about their, talk to themselves with their children, have meetings. Renew, talk about family relations, family issues. You may not be able to do that at home because people may be coming in to come and check on you, and then you need a time. So that's why we have organized weekend packages for everybody. I don't know if you know, so it's not just Valentine's Day. No. We are every weekend. For instance, you walk throughout the week, Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, sweetheart, children, we're going out this weekend to just go and talk to ourselves. Because that is always busy. And maybe by the time he comes back from work, the children are asleep. Now is the time to say, okay, let's go there, sit down, and then talk. Now, children, can you tell me what that is doing that you don't like? So these are things that our hotel and the environment that we have, provide for you.
Okay, so
let's take this. Yeah, hello. Hello. Okay.
Right.
Well, I would like to find out from the Reverend gentleman. Do you subscribe to this kind of expression of love, whereby a man takes his wife or members of the family to a hotel, a very quiet place, and stay and maybe spend some time? Does church allow that?
Yeah, definitely. If the mentality about hotel is also changed. The human heart is made for love. God created the human heart this way. God himself is love. The gift of love that God gives to humans, we identify as eros. That is human love. It is the instinct that draws a man from out of himself. A man would have been selfish and lonely, but eros drives him out of himself. It is eros that connects him to a woman to bond with, form a family, bond with children. It's eros that connects him with generation. Now, about eros. Eros needs to be redeemed. There is somebody who talked about generosity. And he said, first of all, you have gene in generosity, gene of love. And then you have eros. You have eros in generosity. So he said that what happens, this gene of love needs to be redeemed. That is eros. Not until eros is transformed to agape do you have opportunity to practice generosity. That is selfless love, love for the other. And eros is really domesticated and renewed and transformed only through self-discipline, self-renunciation, but also prayer. Because we see that human beings have fallen, therefore to lust, tendency therefore to use power, to dominate others, exploit others, use and discard. That's why Jesus Christ came to share our human nature. And in his redeeming ministry, he redeemed eros and gave agape. So that we are capable of agape, capable of generosity. When we can, through prayer and self-discipline and self-renunciation, be able to work on ourselves and domesticate this instinct.
Okay, let's now talk about the cheering and caring on Valentine's Day. We've provided the real dimensions to this. How do we express this love on a day like this? Yes, people will say you have to do it other days, but how do we practicalize it on a day like this?
Yes, a day like this, Valentine. You know, about love, people say nothing goes for nothing. But Valentine wants to tell us, St. Valentine wants to tell us that everything can go for nothing. What was he looking for in the couple for which he was decapitated? What was he looking for in the poor, jealous daughter? It is a love that moves one from oneself. Unneeding love, some people say. So Valentine love is to be expressed among those who you do not exploit, you do not really have to get anything from.
All right.
Therefore, the orphanage, therefore also, the helpless people, the poor.
So the mindset of it doesn't mean nothing should change. Let someone join us before we now come to you. Hello. Hello. All right. Hello. Dari, can you now tell us specifics about the event Golden Tulip have for tourists and people who want to celebrate this Valentine on a day like this? Okay, we have something on the screen.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the event.
Well, basically, what we have really put together is, our hotel is close to the Agulu Lake, so it's nature. We're talking about nature, so it's a place where, that's why I said you can actually come there to renew your relationship with. I like what Reverend Father has said, but that's just because the mentality that we have is that once you go to the hotel, you're going to commit, whatever atrocities, whatever. But it's not true, because if you come there, okay, so if I come there with my wife, am I going to commit any sin? No. So it is a mentality that we're trying to reorient people from changing. Valentine is not about sex. Valentine is not about just going out and messing up. It's about a time for you to say, give out. For instance, there's nothing wrong in me taking my wife out to the hotel and settle down this week and say, look, I want to renew my vow with you. What have I done to you in the past years that has been wrong? And then you tell me. And then there's nothing wrong in apologizing and making a vow to continue to do something that is right. There's nothing wrong in bringing your children and say, okay, kids, so what does daddy do I don't like? Oh, daddy doesn't come back from work on time. Okay, from today I'm going to be coming back on time. There's nothing wrong in doing that. So that's why the Golden Tulip Hotel has provided that from today till Saturday. We have different packages.
What are these packages?
Today,
Now,
that's
today is
Thursday.
14th.
Okay.
Tomorrow is 15th. So, till today and tomorrow, just pay 29,000 naira per night. And then you get yourself a luxury room, you get yourself 2 breakfasts, and 2 candlelight romantic dinner. Now,
2 breakfasts.
as in breakfast for 2.
Breakfast for 2.
For 2 person. And then you also get 2 romantic dinner for 2 person. You know what I'm talking about? Candlelight romantic dinner.
For
Now,
just
these are things you don't even do in your houses. These are things you don't do at home. So there's nothing wrong in just taking this 1 or 2 days out with your wife, with your family, and just do this for them. So for 29,000 naira, you get a luxury room, a beautiful decorated room with roses everywhere. So as you come in there, just like what he has said, you just feel this sense of love. You feel something different from where you are and get something different. And of course, if you've been there before, I'm going to tell you, what we stand for is quality.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Go on.
My name is Ifeanyi, calling from Bon.
Ifeanyi from
Calling
what?
from Bon.
All right, go on. Let's hear what you want to say.
Fine, what do you want to say?
Next week, I will thank the Reverend Father.
Okay.
I'm in the land of Lekki.
Go on. Let's hear you.
Valentine is a day Valentine is a day.
No, you are
of
listening
love.
to yourself. Fine.
Fine,
That's one on yourself. Hello, fine. It's like you're talking to yourself. Let me talk to your wife.
Listen also.
If you don't take off the volume on yourself, you'll be talking to yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
People want to scare themselves.
So call again, turn it off.
So if you've been there before, you know what we're talking about. It's a beautiful, serene environment, very cool nature. And so as you come in there for today and tomorrow, 29,000 per night, not for the 2 days, for per night. You get a room, and then no, hold on. I'm giving you. We have different packages.
Okay.
So Thursday and Friday, which is 14th and 15th, 29,000 per night, and then it gives you a luxury room. It gives you breakfast for 2. It also gives you a romantic dinner for 2 person. Now you can also, for every bottle of wine and champagne that you buy on these 2 days, you get a 25% discount on those drinks. I mean, that's a fantastic offer. And then on Saturday and Sunday, after the elections, everybody should go and vote. I support everybody exercise your civic right by voting for your preferred candidate. Now, when you are done with that, Saturday and Sunday, you can also come back again to relax. And just for 23,000 naira per night. So that's Saturday and Sunday. And that 23,000 will still give you a luxury room, will still give you breakfast for 2, and will still give you lunch or dinner for 2.
Okay, we'll begin to...
So, it's a package that you just can't resist.
All right.
Any other thing has to wind up, any other thing apart from the dinner, the rooms, and...
That's what I'm saying, 25% discount on the...
No, apart from the discount, is there any other activity that will be going on
during
this period? Just fast before we go.
Do you know we have our game zone, we have our gym, we have our table tennis, we have swimming pool, the best in the southern part in this country. I can assure you that. Yes, I've gone around, there's no one like that. So it's time, just come and look at nature. Just waking up in the morning and facing that lake is something else for you.
Thank you very much. Father, let's have in 30 seconds your message to our viewers on a day like this.
Yes, it's about being transformed in love, because love is what fulfills human being. If love is turned to lust, selfishness, it not only destroys the person, it destroys also everything. And at the end, you just are not fulfilled. So that's why Valentine should be able to inspire us to move out of ourselves to love in order to be fulfilled in life.
All right, thank you, Father. Now, before we go, let's take this very important public service announcement. His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano, Governor of Anambra State, has graciously approved Friday, 15 February 2019 as Work-Free Day in Anambra State to enable public servants to travel to their respective communities to cast their votes on Saturday, 16 February 2019. All public servants are accordingly directed to ensure that they perform their civic duty of voting and voting wisely during the elections. Announcer, Harry Odo Esquire, Head of Service. And that's how we pull the curtain on the discussion segment of Good Morning Anambra. We'll take the news on the hour at 9, and sports will come immediately after. Monsignor Jerome Madeke, Director of Family and Human Rights Unit, Catholic Diocese of Awka, joined us this morning on the discussion on Valentine. Thank you for coming.
Happy Valentine. Thank you.
We also had Mr. Trejo Timi Dare, Sales and Marketing Manager, Golden Tulip Hotel at Gulu Lake, also joining us to tell us the golden packages we're going to receive from Golden Tulip this period.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm expecting all of you there. And India Anambra, let's make it's our own. So let's make it work. Let's get this hotel, flourishing, and then giving you all the good services. Trust us, you're there. You can see me now already dressed in my and then you're also dressed, and then you're also dressed, and then finally, quickly before I go, let me thank the MD of this great service, of this piece. I want to thank him very much. Yes, I can't forget him. He's been a wonderful person. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you everybody for having us. And I hope we'll come back again to talk about the hotel on a special day.
Oh, why not?
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an exciting one since we started looking at counting down to the elections on Saturday and March 2nd, and then looking at Valentine Day, that day that we celebrate love to the highest level. IJ.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Remember, we'll still count tomorrow before the election proper on Saturday. Thank you.